my channel, Therapist Dilemmas. Today we're going to be talking about managing that work-life balance. So let's just jump into it. When we're talking about managing your work-life balance, and I'm speaking to kind of where we're at in this pandemic, a lot of people are working from home, trying to do their best to keep their kids from interfering with their work. And that's challenging when they're in school or when you're trying to manage doing their homework. And so when we're talking about some tips to help with that situation, let's start with the first and foremost of creating a schedule. I know this seems pretty mundane, but having a schedule and sticking to it can help lower your stress. And this may be difficult to do, obviously. Let's not take out the human factor. You won't be perfect at this, but having a rough schedule in terms of when the kids start school, when you will take breaks from work, help them out if need be, when you will take breaks for work in general to kind of de-stress, and how long your workday will be. Those are all important factors in terms of figuring out what your day will look like each day. The next tip is creating boundaries. Creating boundaries is important in terms of having that balance that we're talking about. And when I say boundaries, I'm referring to when you're at work, right? You're not going to continuously pause to go eat a snack or browse YouTube or look at a blog. You're going to be doing your work. And when you're helping the kids with schoolwork, you're going to be helping the kids with schoolwork. Truly trying to cut down on that multitasking that we try to do so much in our life. While multitasking seems like a must at times, it has actually been shown to be much more difficult or detrimental on your brain. And what we have found is that studies show that trying to multitask, you actually do worse on both tasks that you're trying to multitask with. So you're not really able to provide the full 100% that you think you are when you're trying to multitask. And I know that may be difficult to hear for many of us, but do try to commit yourself to whatever activity is occurring at that moment in time. And that goes for your end of the day as well. So when your workday ends, say it be at 4 o'clock, it is done and over with. We're not going back and checking work emails, or not, answering the phone for work situations. We are turning off that phone, or we are putting it away in another room, and we are really unplugging from the workday. Creating those clear, concise boundaries, as hard as it can go a long way in terms of managing your stress in the home. The next tip is having a vacation. And I know when I say vacation, people are like, well, Jasmine, we can't go out. It's COVID. I hear you. You're correct. So we talk about staycations. And I know it may seem like not much of a vacation, but when you're already going through your day-to-day task, consistently doing the same thing over and over again in terms of school, work, house duties, and so on and so forth, we forget what it looks like to just be doing nothing. And when I say doing nothing, I mean resting the brain, resting the mind, and therefore resting the body. And that just means quality time with family, reading a book that you want to catch up on, listening to a podcast that you've been wanting to listen to, taking just maybe 3 days off or more if you're able to unwind and detach from the hustle and bustle of your day-to-day work and school and balancing. So while it is not the vacations we are all so longing for, it can be a vacation in which you can rest your body and recharge, if only for a little. So those conclude my tips and tricks for managing your work-life balance. And I know there could be a myriad of more that we can add to this list, but we'll just start there and see how they go. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, and bye.